What if I told you that there's a haircut that isn't just a style, but a declaration of freedom? A cut that lifts your face, lights up your eyes, and makes you feel more alive than you have in years. And here's the best part. You don't need surgery, hours in front of the mirror, or a complete makeover. Just a pair of scissors, the right approach, and a few minutes in the chair can take a decade off your look while bringing you closer to the woman you've always been. After 60, our hair changes. It gets finer, loses volume, and doesn't fall the way it used to. But that doesn't mean your beauty has faded. In fact, the right haircut can make every strand work for you, not against you. In this video, I'll share 3 styles that have completely transformed how women over 60 see themselves in the mirror. So stay with me, because the first style I'm about to show you is the most powerful one of all, and it might just change how you feel every time you look in the mirror. If you're ready to rediscover your confidence, make sure to subscribe, hit that like button, and share this video with another queen who deserves to shine. Modern Pixie, the freedom to be seen. There comes a point when you look in the mirror and notice your hair isn't framing your face the way it used to. Maybe it feels heavier, flatter, or just a little tired, like it's been holding on to years you're ready to let go of. After 60, so many women feel like they need to hide behind their hair, keeping it long out of habit or fear, thinking short hair will somehow make them look older. But what if I told you that the right shortcut can do the exact opposite, lifting your features, brightening your expression, and letting your natural beauty take center stage? That's where the modern Pixie comes in. This isn't just a haircut, it's a statement. It's saying, I'm here, I know my worth, and I'm comfortable in my own skin. The structure of a modern Pixie is intentional, shorter on the sides and back, with more length and volume at the crown. This creates a subtle lifting effect, like an instant, graceful facelift without a single needle. The longer fringe, softly swept to the side, or gently grazing the forehead, brings attention to your eyes and cheekbones, giving your whole face a more sculpted, youthful look. What makes this cut so perfect for women over 60 is how it works with your hair, not against it. If your strands have gotten finer over the years, the Pixie adds texture and dimension, making your hair look fuller and healthier. If you've embraced your natural silver or white, the short length actually enhances it. Each shade catches the light more vividly, turning your hair color into an intentional, striking feature rather than something you're trying to disguise. And the beauty of the modern Pixie is its versatility. If you're drawn to a softer, romantic feel, you can leave the top layers a little longer and style them loosely for movement. For something youthful and energetic, you can add more texture and a slightly tousled finish. Prefer a sleek, refined vibe? Sweep the fringe to the side with a touch of light pomade and let it fall gracefully. No two Pixies are exactly alike, because no two women are alike, and that's the magic. Visually, the modern Pixie opens up your face. It removes the heaviness that can drag down your profile, letting your features breathe. Emotionally, it can feel like shedding a weight you didn't realize you were carrying. I've seen women sit taller in the salon chair after their first Pixie, running their hands through their hair with a smile they haven't worn in years. It's not about erasing age, it's about revealing the vibrant, confident woman you already are. Maintaining a Pixie is simpler than you might think, but it does require regular touch-ups to keep that perfect shape. Because it's short and structured, it can lose its silhouette as it grows out, especially around the nape and sides, so plan for a trim every 4 to 5 weeks. If you like it a little messier or with more length on top, you can stretch it to 6 weeks. But don't wait too long, or you'll lose that crisp, flattering outline. Styling at home is quick and fuss-free. If you're going for volume at the crown, apply a small amount of lightweight styling cream to damp hair, comb upward with your fingers, and either let it air dry or give it a quick blast with the blow dryer using a narrow nozzle. For a smooth, polished look, sweep the fringe across your forehead and tuck the shorter sides neatly into place. Avoid heavy, greasy products that can weigh your hair down, especially if you have fine strands. And if you're wearing your hair silver or white, using a purple shampoo once a week will keep your color bright and luminous. I remember one client, Susan, who had worn her hair in the same shoulder-length style for nearly 20 years. She told me she felt invisible, like people stopped really looking at her. When she finally decided to try a modern Pixie, her whole posture changed. She walked out of the salon lighter, smiling, even texting me the next day to say she'd already gotten compliments from strangers. Not on her haircut, but on how radiant she looked. That's the thing about this style. It doesn't just change your hair, it changes the way you carry yourself. The modern Pixie is more than a haircut. It's an act of self-acknowledgement. It says, "I'm not hiding anymore." And every time you catch your reflection, you see a woman who is vibrant, secure, and unapologetically herself. That's a kind of beauty that doesn't fade. It only gets stronger. 2. Messy layered bob. The softness returns. There's something about hair that moves when you do, how it catches the light, how it brushes softly against your cheeks, that feels instantly youthful. Yet over time, many women notice their hair starting to lose that natural movement. It becomes heavier, flatter, or just still. And when your hair stops moving, sometimes it feels like your whole expression does too. That's why the messy, layered bob has been such a timeless favorite. It's not stiff, it's not overstyled. It's a cut that brings softness and vitality back into your look without demanding constant upkeep. The beauty of this style lies in its layers. Gentle, feathered cuts create texture and volume exactly where you need it, making your hair look fuller and livelier, even if it's naturally fine or thinning. The length is flexible, but most women find the sweet spot somewhere between the chin and the shoulders. Too short, and you lose the graceful sway. Too long, and the layers can get weighed down. Visualize a line falling just below your jawline or brushing your collarbone, with layers that frame your face and taper gently toward the ends. The result is a shape that feels light, airy, and effortless. One of the reasons this cut works so well for women over 60 is how forgiving it is with different face shapes. If your face is round, the vertical movement of the layers creates definition. For a square jawline, the softness of the cut gently blurs harsh angles. And for heart-shaped or oval faces, it simply enhances the natural harmony. It's a style that adapts to you rather than asking you to adapt to it. And if you've embraced your gray or white hair, the messy layered bob can make it shine, literally. Layers reflect light in multiple directions, giving silver strands a silken, dimensional glow. Add a few soft highlights around your face if you like, and you'll notice a warm, flattering brightness without having to cover your natural color. Visually, this haircut creates the illusion of thicker, healthier hair. Emotionally, it brings back a kind of ease. You don't have to fight with your hair in the morning, you just work with it. On busy days, a quick blow-dry with a round brush is enough to shape the layers and add a little lift at the crown. If you want a sleeker finish, a flat iron will smooth everything into place without making it look stiff. For extra body, a lightweight root mousse or volumizing spray can give the hair that gentle bounce we all love. Maintenance is straightforward. To keep the structure alive, plan for a trim every 6 to 8 weeks. This keeps the layers fresh and prevents the ends from looking tired or frayed. At home, the right products make all the difference. A lightweight shampoo that won't weigh your hair down, paired with a conditioner that hydrates without making it heavy. For women with naturally dry or coarse hair, a touch of light serum on the ends can fight frizz and keep everything looking polished. I'll never forget a client named Diane. She had worn her hair long and heavy for years, convinced it was the only thing keeping her looking feminine. But she always pinned it up or pulled it back because it felt limp. When she finally tried the messy layered bob, she couldn't stop touching her hair. "It feels like it belongs to me again," she said. "Like it's part of who I am now, not who I was 20 years ago." That's the kind of transformation this cut offers. It's not about changing yourself, it's about finding yourself again. The messy layered bob proves that elegance doesn't have to be loud. You don't need a dramatic chop or bold color to make an impact. Sometimes the most powerful changes are the quiet ones. The way your hair moves when you turn your head, the way it frames your smile, the way it feels when the wind catches it. This cut brings those moments back, and with them, the reminder that beauty isn't about age. It's about presence. 3. Curtain bangs. The subtle touch that changes everything. Sometimes you don't want to reinvent yourself. You don't want to cut your hair short, change the color, or spend hours learning a new styling routine. You just want something. A small shift that makes you look in the mirror and think, yes, that's better. Curtain bangs are that something. They're not the heavy, straight-across bangs you might remember from decades past. Instead, they part softly in the middle or slightly off-center, with longer, tapered ends that blend seamlessly into the rest of your hair. This framing effect draws attention to your eyes, softens the forehead, and creates a natural lift for your entire face. It's as if someone has taken a soft focus filter and applied it to you in real life. One of the most magical things about curtain bangs is how forgiving they are. They grow out gracefully, so you're never stuck with an awkward in-between phase. If you decide you don't want to keep them, they simply transition into soft front layers. And because they're light and airy, they never overpower your look. They simply add a whisper of elegance that makes everything else you're wearing, from a ponytail to a polished blowout, look more intentional. For women over 60, this style offers multiple benefits. Visually, it's a gentle way to soften forehead lines and balance facial proportions. If you have a round face, the vertical opening elongates it. For square or angular features, the curved edges smooth and harmonize. On an oval face, they highlight the symmetry without drawing too much attention to the forehead. They also give fine hair a boost of dimension, especially if you're transitioning to gray. The lighter strands in the front catch the light, creating a natural halo effect. Curtain bangs are also incredibly adaptable. On days when you want them front and center, a quick blow-dry with a small round brush will shape them perfectly, rolling from the roots and sweeping outwards to each side. If you have a natural wave, you might not even need heat. Just a touch of texturizing spray and your fingers to guide them into place. And when you'd rather they disappear, you can easily pin them back or blend them into your side. Layers. Maintenance is low-key compared to other bang styles. A light trim every 5 to 7 weeks keeps them at that perfect length, long enough to blend with your layers, short enough to still frame your face. Avoid heavy oils or greasy products near your bangs, as this can make them look limp or separate. Instead, go for a lightweight aerosol spray or mousse for volume without weight. I remember a client named Marjorie who was nervous about any change at all. She hadn't touched her basic shoulder-length cut in over a decade. When I suggested curtain bangs, she hesitated, worried they might look too young or too trendy. But once we styled them in, she couldn't stop smiling. "It's not that I look different," she said. "It's that I look brighter, like someone turned the light back on." That's the power of this style. It doesn't scream for attention, but people notice the difference instantly. And that's the beauty of curtain bangs. They draw attention to you, not to themselves. Friends won't say, "Nice bangs." They'll say, "You look radiant. What's your secret?" It's a small change with a surprisingly big impact, one that makes your entire look feel fresher, softer, and more in tune with who you are today. For many women, especially after 60, the thought of making a change to their hair can feel daunting. Curtain bangs are a gentle invitation into transformation, just enough to make you feel renewed, but not so much that you feel like a stranger in your own skin. And sometimes, that's all it takes to step out the door with a little extra lift in your posture and a smile you didn't even know you'd been missing. When you think about it, hair isn't just hair. It's the frame for every laugh line, every glance, every expression you've ever worn. The right cut doesn't erase time. It makes you feel more like yourself, the version that's been quietly waiting beneath layers of habit and hesitation. Whether it's the bold confidence of a modern pixie, the effortless movement of a messy layered bob, or the quiet magic of curtain bangs, each of these styles has the power to do something deeper than make you look younger. They bring you back to that place where you feel lighter, brighter, more present in your own life. And the best part? None of these transformations require you to become someone else. They simply reveal the beauty that's been there all along. So, if one of these cuts caught your heart today, maybe it's time to give it a try. Drop a 1 in the comments if you've worn one of these styles before, or a 0 if you haven't yet but are thinking about it. And tell me, which one feels like you? If this video inspired you, hit like, share it with another queen in your life, and subscribe so we can keep discovering ways to shine together.